next item on the agenda is our public safety report. So I'd like to start out with talking about a meeting that I had with the sheriff only days ago on February 12th. Just wanted to update the community and my colleagues on that. I did meet with the sheriff on the 12th to discuss police protection here in Orange Township. I began by telling Sheriff Davis that I would be taking a very proactive approach to public safety efforts within our township, and for that purpose, I would like a monthly report that would give me a quick snapshot of crime in our township. I would like it to contain the following information: a breakdown by 1, subdivision, quadrant, or area of township; number 2, the type of crime that was being reported; number 3, the day and the time of the call; and number 4, the final disposition of the initial call. He agreed to get me all that information at the beginning of each month. I further requested that the sheriff and I meet quarterly to discuss progress and problems, such as new patterns of crime taking place in our township. I also wanted to ensure that our level of protection was keeping pace with our residential and business growth so that we could head off problems at the upstart. And finally, I told Sheriff Davis that we might, from time to time, want to have some input into their stationing or placement of deputies if the need arose. For example, the trustees could be aware, due to resident complaints, of a problem area in the community that had not yet risen to the level where the sheriff had gotten wind of it. We'd like to be able to bring that to the sheriff's attention immediately. Sheriff Davis agreed to meet with me quarterly to discuss all these matters and offered to provide immediate assistance whenever the need arises, and we inform him. Finally, Sheriff Davis requested a once-a-year platform at one of our trustee meetings to address our residents on the state of public safety in Orange Township, sort of a year in review and the year ahead. And I said that would be most welcomed. Our meeting was very cordial, very productive, and as you know, we have agreed to contract for a total of 8 deputies. We currently have 7 in service, with another deputy scheduled to come on board very shortly. That is my update, my report regarding my meeting with the sheriff. Any questions? Okay. Next on the agenda, we have the 2010 emergency management apportionments for Delaware County Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have received notification from the Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, or EMA, that our 2010 emergency management apportionments are due. The Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management is funded in part by collecting apportionments and grants. With these funds, they provide emergency management services throughout Delaware County. The apportionment amounts were part of the agreement for countywide emergency management signed by all local governments back in 2002. The apportionment amount, based on our current population of 22,926, is $9,170.40. The EMA is also updating the agreement, or has updated the agreement, that establishes emergency management in Delaware County. The changes align the office with current laws of the state of Ohio. The updated agreement has been reviewed by the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office and also our Township Council as well. This evening, we need to formally adopt the updated agreement by resolution. I will sign the enclosed forms, and then I will appoint someone as our representative to the countywide advisory group. That group then appoints a countywide executive committee. This executive committee receives advice from the advisory group, and all emergency management in Delaware County is implemented through this executive committee. And before I go any further, I know that our Township Council, Mr. McCarthy, has reviewed the updated agreement. and has found some differences between the previous and the current agreement, and I would like him to go over that. So, Mr. McCarthy.
Okay, well, I'm glad to highlight those. I reviewed the agreement, I spoke with Brian Gallagher of the EMA, and really you've got some shifts in the nomenclature as to the titles of certain county offices, some adjustments made by virtue of some restructuring that's gone up there. You've got a minor adjustment in voting, really doesn't affect the township's balance in the vote. You have a substitution of fire chief for a firefighter, possibly more appropriate. You have the inclusion of an additional provision for an annual exercise in the county, and this is entirely in the agreement. And should be interesting to watch happen. You also have a consistent clarification of the county's role in the overall function of the EMA, and just about leave it at that. I thought it was interesting to note that the amount of the basis of the apportionment remains unchanged from the prior agreement. It's still 40 cents per capita for the township as it has been since 2002. There were, as Nelson indicated, reference to some changes in statute since the time of the prior document. But all in all, it's very consistent. I would say you've got essentially an updated version of the 2002 with really no substantive change that I think cuts against the township's interest in it.
Okay. Fellow trustees, any comment, any thought, any concerns? Okay. Seeing none, I move the adoption of the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Board of Township Trustees of Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio, enter into and execute the revised agreement establishing emergency management in Delaware County. The agreement shall be in the form of Exhibit A of this resolution, the contents of which are incorporated by reference herein as if fully repeated. Be it further resolved that Mr. Katz shall execute the agreement on behalf of the Board. Be it further resolved that the Township Fiscal Officer shall establish a purchase order to the Delaware County EMA Fund in the amount of $9,170.40 for the purpose of paying the fiscal year 2010 emergency management apportionment due from the Township under the agreement. Be it further resolved that the Township Administrator shall submit a copy of this resolution, the executed agreement, and payment of the 2010 fiscal year emergency management apportionment to the Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management as soon as possible. Second.
Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Cassidy? Yes. Mr. Quigley?
Yes.
Okay. One quick note for our fiscal officer and also for Mary Ann. Please use this copy, which I will give to you, my template. Thank you. All right. Onward and forward. I believe we've got our esteemed fire chiefs here this evening. Chief Stewart,
Yes.
the floor is yours.
The